What is up, everybody? Strong lead hook and Grizzy here, coming at you again with some Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, and Path of Exile 2. How are you tonight, Grizz?
I'm good. I'm gonna do some farming tonight. I'm gonna watch the tree burn and just have some fun. Be a little bit more laid back tonight. I still haven't beat Radon, but I'm definitely getting good at him. I might do a video of how good I have gotten at fighting him. In the first phase, I've got to where I can fight him without even taking damage. And the second phase, I've learned how to hit him. I just don't got the timing down. But yeah, I just want to have some fun and be more laid back tonight. I don't always want to sit here and stress myself on a boss that I'm having trouble beating. I don't think he is the hardest boss I've ever fought in the Souls game. Throwing that out there.
And for the Souls fans out there, just so we're clear, using a shield is not cheating. There's nothing wrong with using a shield.
I could tell you right now, when I first... Dark Souls 3 was the first one I ever played. And if it wasn't for the shield and sword, I wouldn't have played it. Because that's I wanted to be a knight. I wanted to play as a knight. I liked the concept of going one-on-one with an enemy and it being tough. And that it wasn't even like the bosses and stuff. I was just fighting the enemies. That's what it was. That's why I went and picked the game up. I saw it on YouTube. I was looking at like top 10 games nobody's played. And that's why I picked it up, the sword and shield. So you guys who say that's cheating, go fuck yourselves.
I got into Souls games because of Armored Core 6. Same developer. I beat Armored Core 6 and I was like, well, I wonder what else these guys have made. Because I had an itch and that nothing else couldn't scratch. I was playing Diablo 2 side by side with Armored Core 6, but it just wasn't cutting it anymore. I was a big ARPG guy, and then I just stopped. I got into the Souls genre, and I was like, damn, this is what a game is right here.
I mean, that's something we were actually talking about earlier, is where for me, I typically don't go look at developers and what they've created. If I hear about a game, if I like a game, I play it. I don't really care who's made what, because great developers make shitty games too. And so I try not to get caught up in that.
Yeah, and you know, there's a few good examples. Even in just this past couple of years, you've got CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk. Granted, they fixed the issue, but you know, stuff like that still happens. Another good example is Blizzard. They've made some great games.
Oh,
look at them now.
They're like, they got caught up in all that woke shit.
Yep.
Now they gotta wake the fuck up because they sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people see it as profitable. You tried it one time, it didn't work. Why do it again? That's the definition of insanity.
Yep, absolutely.
And to the audience, Grizz and I are planning some reaction videos. We're just figuring out the technical aspects of it. As far as technology goes, we are not savvy, nor do we have the latest and greatest. Because the way we see it, we don't have a large fan base right now. So I don't see the reason in investing financially heavy on content creation if I'm not even generating income from it. You know, that seems fiscally irresponsible.
I'd like to make money from it one day. Right now, I just want to have fun with it, and I want to find my niche. And one thing I do know is me and my buddy Strongly Hook here, we'll be making videos together. I still do some stuff right now just for the fun of it. I make a lot of content, but anytime I get a chance to work with my buddy, that's how I'm gonna do it. And it's really for fun, and I would like to make money at it, but if I don't care. When I'm dying and I'm on my deathbed, I'll come back and watch myself beat these Souls games, and
and you see a lot of content creators out there, and they're very beholden to the will of the people.
Fuck
to
that.
where they gotta walk on eggshells now, especially politically, because they gotta make the fan base happy.
You know,
You
there
see,
used to be this thing, and I know when I get upset, whatever. It's like called being a damn man. Don't stop being who you are just to please people that don't matter to you anyway.
oh no, being a damn man, that's offensive.
Well, better
But
figure it
that
out
just
then.
goes to show,
That's why y'all dumb and alone, you damn women. Hey, I'm gonna
hey,
get in trouble right now.
we do live in the Laodicea, the age of Laodicea. If y'all are wondering what that is, go to the book of Revelation and it'll tell you
It's a
what kind of
church.
time period we're in. It'll tell you. But anyways, we're just knocking out some maps. That's all we're doing for Path of Exile 2 tonight. I can go to tier 2, but my character's not strong enough to do that. I'm level 70, but my gear is not optimized. I should optimize it, but I'm not going to because I don't feel like it. That's what I don't like about these ARPGs. You know, your success is dependent upon the kind of loot you get. Whereas with the Souls games, it's about your
Always
skill.
get ambushed in places like this.
There's a high
Yeah,
degree
because
of skill expression.
the loot you get in a Souls game is pretty much it's what it is. You know where it's at. You know when you're gonna get it. Maybe not when the game first comes out, but it's set in stone. And
Reload.
you're gonna that's I'm playing Radon right now. One thing that Radon really reminds me of because my character is overpowered, and Radon's really reminded me of what it's like to have to get skilled at fighting a boss again. And I think that's why people think right now he's like the strongest boss they've ever fought. It's because he is hard to beat, and it doesn't matter what your level is because the way the DLC works with the system and that, you're gonna have to, as they call it, get good. You're not just gonna walk in there and beat him. And there are ways to cheese him, but if you're trying to get a genuine win, it's not just gonna happen.
And a lot of the ARPG content creators, they don't like the game because they think it's too difficult or whatever. It's too it drags on, or you know, it's a slog, they say. But these are the same guys that'll play the game on hardcore, and then their character dies, and then they get frustrated. Well,
Now on that particular, are you talking about Path of Exile or Elden Ring or both?
Path of Exile, because they lose their character.
Okay.
You know, if they die, their character is gone.
For good?
Yep. All that work they
Oh, I
done
didn't know that.
is gone. Yeah, man.
But
see,
I
here's
understand them games. I'm not a big fan of that, but I do understand them.
yeah, but here's the thing. Like, if you're not, if you are not at that level of skill, then you need to taper down some. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Now,
Because
is that
what's
on all levels, or is that just like, because normally when games do that, that's like on hardest difficulty.
No, the difficulty is the same. It's just that if you die, you know, your character is gone.
I have to look that up.
But see, there's a lot of things in these Diablo-like in Path of Exile 2 that can kill you out of nowhere. It'll just kill you out of nowhere. You don't even know what killed you because there's too much going on. And that could be a great source of stress and frustration. Why put yourself through that? There's no merit in that. There's nothing rewarding about that. But they don't like that they die too much in this game. If you see that that's a problem, then why not change it? You know, then don't play hardcore. You
Yeah,
can
didn't you
get
see
away
a
with.
lot of the people that have been playing this game hardcore are walking away completely right now?
Yeah, because they say it's too hard. It's too because the devs, they're trying to make like the Dark Souls of ARPGs, you know, the Elden Ring of ARPGs. That's what they're trying to do. Which I like the idea of it. I like the idea
Sure.
of it. There's just some issues here and there that needs to get resolved. I'm highly critical of the game because I want to see it succeed. When the game first came out, I remember I played it and I was just thinking how much potential it had. But there's just some issues that needs to get fixed. But the other content creators, they're full on bashing the game. And it all comes down to difficulty. The difficulty of the game. They cannot handle it. That's all it is. They'll argue now they will die on that hill. They will argue it tooth and nail and say, oh no, the game's not really that hard. Okay, so why are you getting frustrated? Why are you dying?
Because the game's cheating. Because the game's cheating. That's if you ain't winning, it's got to be the game. It's not you at all.
Hey. And that's how the world is now.
What? Shot pussies are giving me a hard time. Also, because I'm trying to one hit them and just being. I'm gonna do. I'm not just gonna bore you guys with the same farm runs. I'm gonna go to a few different places because eventually I would have to do that anyways. But right now I'm farming the octopus ovaries. I need them for. I'll show you the item in just a second. This is the best spot in the game to farm octopus ovaries. There's like, I don't know, 8 or 9 octopuses over here. And then the little ones have a chance to drop them too. The big ones is a guaranteed drop. So, but I am farming them to craft the item right here. Invigorating white cured meat, or you can do invigorating cured meat. They both do it. Ingredients is just different, but the octopus ovaries. Boy, I got 41 already. And then the crab eggs are probably actually the hardest to get. I'll go ahead and grab some of those next. Just because there ain't as many crabs all lined up together. It's the spot where there's food. And I actually genuinely, sometimes when I need a break from the game, I genuinely enjoy farming.
Yeah, it can be a relaxing activity.
Yeah, it's a little bit redundant, but it's a break from like getting your ass beat by Radon. Which I should go fight Radon at least once or twice to show. Like if you've seen the other videos, you'll show it's night and day compared to how I was fighting before. I was watching it earlier, the one we made the other day. It's And then that's something that happens too. I noticed with the boss fights. At some point, you will do what's called getting good, because things will just start to click. Once you see the same move so many times, you're gonna be like, okay, that's I need to do something. Or I guess some people won't. Alright, let's go farm some crab eggs. They're over here at Gill Lake South. We fight the first dragon, a Gill dragon, whatever his name was. And the little ones too, they have a chance to drop in the crab eggs, but it's a rare drop.
Here it comes!
When I go to these farming spots, I'm just going to farm it tonight. My new spot, that way y'all can watch the thing. But normally, all these spots, I would stick at most of them for at least 30-40 minutes just farming that particular item. I was trying to think, what's the thing I hate farming the most so far in this game is probably the rune arcs. Maybe one. They take a lot longer to farm. Which I have found a build I like with Melina. Melina's Great Rune. For me, that's a build I would probably only use on a boss that I'm struggling against, because the way it works, in order for it to be very effective, you need to be getting hit. Because essentially how it works is you get hit, and then in a certain amount of time, if you hit the boss again, it will heal you for a nice chunk of your life depending on the weapon you're using. And that can be very advantageous against Radon, because unless you're just like one of those Souls players that likes to do everything where you never get hit, you're going to get hit. And likelihood is when you're getting hit, you're already going for a hit too, so you'll get some of that health back immediately. So it could really be advantageous for you. Yeah, I guess I'm sitting here talking about it. I have to show y'all a little bit. Then I also have my build set up for quick hits, because the weapon I'm using for the second phase is all about quick hits. I was using my greatsword, but I just get too greedy. I'm using the Savage Lion's Claw. What's the second version of it called?
Savage Lion's Claw.
Yeah. Lion's Claw is the first one. Savage Lion's Claw is the second one. It's where you can go for a double, and I just can't resist myself. I go for a double every time on the second phase, and it's just, you're not going to beat him that way. You have to. If I was to go for a single, I could just go put the Lion's Claw on there, but I found another method that I like, and I'm just going to go. And it's using the, make sure I'm giving you guys the correct name before I sit here spouting stuff out. Yeah, I'm using the, it's called, it's the Knight Rider Glaive, and I think it's called the Black, but right now it's got the Blood Knight Rider Glaive, because I changed the, affinity to blood. So that's what I'm using right now, and I'm using the just saying the blood tax has war on there. It is, and with the build I'm doing, it gives quick successive hits, which is what my build's based off of. So I can get a power up. I can get a power up and a heal perk going at the exact same time off that particular build.
And for me, I'm just doing T1 maps, tier 1 maps. That's about it.
What is tier
Not
1? Is
gonna.
that like the easiest?
That's the lowest. It goes all the way up to T15, and I just got to end game
What is it?
yesterday or the day before, so I'm still on T1.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to have like a certain amount of power to hit those
Have you found
higher
what you
tiers,
seek?
which I do need to. That's why I do have to farm, because there's some upgrades and leveling that I need to do first before I move up, or else I'm just gonna get killed.
I suppose that's something we should talk about a little bit too, since we're farming. Is there's also in games there's such thing as like tedious farming you don't want to do this. Then there's like farming you're like, I mean, it goes with the game well. And in this one, rune arcs are probably the one for me. And you just got to kill so many of these rats to get rune arcs, which is it's just boring,
Yes.
tedious. Which I'm gonna go do that right now. Oh,
When it comes to
go ahead.
when it comes to Souls games, farming was I would hear content creators say how cheesy it is, or it's cringe or whatever. But for me, that was my secret weapon, was the ability to prepare for my upcoming fights or to get stronger.
Well,
You know, because
farming, if you go back to like the Final Fantasies and stuff, farming has been an aspect of RPGs as long back as I can remember. It's so people who don't like it in any form, like there's sometimes I get tired of it, but that's farming is what builds your character over that hump where you're having trouble. The thing that makes RPGs great is it can be a lot of skill, but it also can be hey man, I can't get past this. Just how can I get my character strong enough to get past it? Well, you're gonna have to do all this, okay, and that becomes a thing. There's a time and place.
you're like Batman with the prep time. That's the main idea behind it. It's like, y'all ever heard that joke? Batman can beat anybody just as long as he has prep time.
I've heard
That's kind of
something
the
along
same.
that lines.
That's kind of like the same thing with ARPGs,
Yeah.
and that's how it is in real life too. By the way, like if you prepare for something, you have a higher chance of succeeding in it.
Yeah, absolutely. People want this satisfy me now mentality, and well, good luck.
Yeah, instant gratification, which can be the reason why the ARPG, the big content creators and the fan base, they're getting ready to walk away from PoE 2. And I do see their point. I do see their opinion about it is valid, because the game can be frustrating at times. But they're also, it adds to their frustration that they're playing on hardcore. Which I see the
That's
merit
what
in that too. But if you're not,
There
if
we
you
go.
keep
Rune arc.
dying, you know.
Alright, so I just wanted to farm this spot real quick to show y'all this is where you get a rune arc, which is what I just got, and it took me that long to get one without using item discovery. Now, and I've been using, because of the DLC, the silver horn tender, and I'm going to show you where to farm those now, and possibly get a rune arc at the same time. And it might look like it's I'm about to do it, might look like, oh man, that's counterintuitive, because I'm going to use one every single time. Use a silver tender horn after I get my first one, because I've already used them all up every single time. But I'll get one back. I'll probably get 2 or 3 just about every single time that I do the run, and I'll have a chance here to get a rune arc. But this is not where I would go to farm for rune arcs. The only reason I do it here is if I was collecting the silver tender horns. uh, that makes sense. All right. And we're going to do that down here at the Fantasy Hall. We're going to start in Nidra's library. There's some rats on the top floor, and then you drop down, and there's some of those shaded people. Proper name. And these rats do drop them. I put up a video last night. It's extremely rare. It's still 1%, but just the simple fact you're not doing it over and over very quickly, it's going to take you longer to farm them up here. But it'll take, once you got the rundown, it'll take you about an extra 30 seconds to do this. So it really, I just added right into my rune. And I got a chance to get a rune arc. And guys, let me do my setup real quick.
I have a video talking about the recent patch that they just released. In the video, I said something along the lines of they're gonna use the buffs that they made as an excuse to include more painful bullshit in the game, and I think that's what I'm seeing here.
Another notch on my helmet.
Watch me die my first time.
I'm seeing a
You
little
can
bit
get
more difficulty than usual.
Wait, say it. Oh, I missed. Difficulty at what?
More, a little bit more difficulty than usual. I think the fact that you can use more charm slots, or you have more charm slots, they might see that as a buff and say, okay, well, we buffed them, so in response we should make things harder.
Reloading.
So that way the game is balanced. They say that they did not buff the enemies, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If they say that they did not buff enemies, then fine. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I do appreciate the big content creators, the community, holding their feet to the fire, the devs, and not afraid to critique them. I do appreciate that and respect that. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah, if you believe in it. But yeah, that's it, guys. You rats on the top floor, so careful, they can kill you here. Once you get good at this run, and then you hunt the rats on the top floor, and then hunt two groups of shaded people on the bottom floor for the silver tender horns. And this is really where I come for that, because it does help your item discovery. I'll go back to my favorite thing to farm here in a little bit, and it just makes it so much easier. I get Sacred Bloody Flesh, or whatever it's called, is my favorite consumable right now, and these things make it really easy to farm. For instance, I think I counted there's like 17, maybe even more, of
Make a wish!
of the blood fiends that will give them to you, and I might, if I get one every run, I'm doing good. And a run, if you're just killing them, run will take you a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So that's just the genuine thing. But that's when it comes to get over it. But yeah, people like to farm. A lot of people who do it, they understand it's part of the games. You just got all these people. I don't know, man. You got people want a good game, but people just complain about anything. Yeah, those guys also drop stolen grapes, which I don't even. Those maybe. By the way, I messed up the the pest guys in the DLC. I accidentally killed one. There you go. Stolen grapes are used to make surge flame. Try that out. Got about 35 of those right here last time. I got all those last time. I think on my my next run, I am gonna do the Frenzy Flame ending. And I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna try to do a Frenzy Flame run. Shit. Mess that up.
There's a great spear in that game that's Frenzy Flame that I've always wanted to use, but I just never got around to doing it.
It's a great spear?
Yeah, it's a great spear. What's his name uses it? The knight dude.
I should have all the halberds. Would that be under halberds?
No, it's a great spear. There's the knight uses it. He uses Frenzy Flame. He invades you, you fight him. Can't remember his name. He's on the cover of the box of the game.
Dang, what's his name? That's I actually like his armor. That's what I'm gonna do, is a finger shield and his armor. Now, first, let me tell you his name, because favorite armors in the game. Yeah, his name is Vike. It is
that guy
of the round hold, and I should have that spear. I know I have it. I'm just not sure, because I was gonna do a build based off of him. I just don't know what that spear's called. Let me. Great spears. These would be my great spear. Serpent. Vike's War Spear. That's what it is right there. War Spear signed and blistered by fingers, used by Vike, Knight of the Round Table Hold. Like Vike himself, it has been tormented by the yellow flame of frenzy from within. Unique skill, Frenzy Flame Thrust. Imbue the spear with the flame of frenzy and leap forward, plunging it into the ground and setting off a maddening explosion. This skill inflicts both the enemy and the user with madness. So I actually want to do a build based off of Frenzy Flame. Because I've also heard it's hard to do, because it's hard to do because the Frenzy Flame is just not, it's not a straight shooter. It just kind of goes. And
yeah, Yeah, same thing with that spear. The weapon art on it. It goes all over the place.
But that could be fun too. It's like wild, but then there's going to be times, I can tell you right now, there'll be times where you're like, man.
It can be frustrating because you're not hitting where you want to hit.
Yeah, at first when you said that, I was thinking like DLC. If this, or what spear you were.
I tell y'all what, I gotta clean up some of my gear here. I got too much crap. I gotta get rid of some of these.
Oops.
I still have a few more power-ups that I can do, not just leveling up and getting better stats on gear, but I can do the quality on my gems and my armor. So there's a few more things. A few more things that I can do.
And as far as these runs I'm doing right now, folks, I'm not trying to go fast. I really ain't. So this is not the speed that it would take you. You would be a lot quicker than what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of being very casual. But these are some of my favorite farming spots right now. And everything I go farm, I'll tell you why I'm farming it. And then that'll give you some insight. Alright, now I get those Silverhorn Tinder to go to this next farm spot, which is what I was doing before I got on the video. And it's going to be the Blood Fiends. They are at the Rivermouth Cave. And I should get one for this run. I should get one. Gotta run all the way to the bottom of this cave. I'll try to do this fairly quickly. Get a real time. Got it. The item I'm gonna go farm next is one that takes a little bit longer, but I really like it too. It has to do with the Dragon Communion. I forget what the food's called. Alright, I'm gonna pop my silver tinder right here. Go over here. I'm gonna kill this guy. He didn't drop nothing, that's just already there what I just grabbed. Kill a bunch of those guys from right there. Strong enough, it should kill most of them in one hit. Kill this guy. Go ahead. He dropped something. Pick it up while I'm here. It's a string. Most of them will drop string. They drop a lot of. So before the DLC, you didn't really have a great spot to get string. It's there, but not a great spot. This is a great spot for that. All right, there it is. Sacred Bloody Flesh. I got one on my first try. And any of these big ones might be the Sacred Bloody Flesh. The small ones are all... Yep, there's another one. Are all string. The big one also could be their spears. They have spears too. They drop. Oh, I got 3 on my first go. See? Yeah, I got 4. That's a lot, guys. You're not going to get 4 on every run. If I get 1, I'm happy. So 4 is big time, and that's where that Silverhorn Tinder comes into play. Sometimes you get lucky. Just so you know, I like farming those. I'll show you. Right. I got 81. And that's from, honestly, 40 of those are probably from a straight hour of farming. Alright. The next thing I'm gonna go farm for the main ingredients I'm gonna go farm for is
Go.
right here. Dragon Communion Flesh. And as you see, the two items at the bottom are the hardest ones to find. The Rata fruit, that's it's everywhere, but it still takes a lot because it takes 5 of them for one of these. But Sharp Gravel Stone, Dragon's Caller Bloom. We're gonna go farm those. The Dragon's Caller Bloom, you can only get that in one very specific spot, and I guess I might as well get that talking about it. Here we go. Alright, I'm at the foot of Jagged Peak. Our magic wand for this. Alright. Gotta hunt animals and beasts, and there will be birds in this particular hunt, so. Alright. Just gonna spell on I will need for this. Yep. Ambush shard is the one I really want, just in case. Alright. Go up the mountain. Now these guys drop these pretty regularly, but you got to run quite a ways for them, and this is the only spot that you can get them in. As far as what I've seen, and as far as what I explored and done myself, because I did try killing a bunch of other animals everywhere else, but you can kill the deer or the birds for these. You can tell when you kill the animal if it's the drop you want, because the drops do look different depending on what you get. Alright, these birds down. Oh yeah, I got the wrong spell on. Dang, I'm just going to restart this real quick. I do got the wrong spell. If you're ever worried about the birds flying away, there's spells you can use. You have to play with them. Sometimes they're different for different areas. They really are. I know some people will say use this, but they're different for different areas. One that I use here that the birds won't fly away is a glintstone arc. They're together, they won't fly away, but at this spot, sometimes they'll still fly away if you hit them in the wrong order. If you have a pair of birds and you hit them in one spot, another pair might fly away. And I don't know why that is, but I noticed that was happening. But if you hit them in a certain order, most of the time they stay put. And so yeah, these drop pretty commonly. I was getting 2 per run. 3 or 4 was a lot. And I'll show you what that this guy already. Oh, the purple is what I'm looking for in this purple's legendary item. I have two sets of birds up here. The deer can't get away. They can run, but they can't get away. Kill this guy. The one behind him won't leave. Alright, then you got a bird over here. Oh, that's one right there. I'm going to do 2 runs of every one of these that I do because that's it. Dragon's Caller Bloom. right? And there's like 3 or 4 deer over here. Deer have a chance to drop them too, and all the animals drop them pretty regularly. As you can see, the deer do like to run. Like real life, the deer run.
Bye-bye!
That's down here, drop some. Yeah, birds fall down there, they'll stay down there. And you also get the 4-toed fowl feet, which them come in very handy too. Now I just warp back. I'm going to do it one more time before I move on to the next spot. I'm also doing a lot of farming right now because after I'm done with Radon, I'll be on a new character in a new game. And I don't know how you guys are, but when I play the game, I like to do everything. So it'll be a while before I come back here. So I just go ahead and farm up some stuff I really like to have.
Yeah, perfect example is what I'm doing now. I lucked out and got a bunch of passives on this map right here. And those are the kind of mechanics that keep the game fresh. And people don't like the farm, but it's an important part of the game. You can get around it for a time. But what I notice with these Souls-likes is the more you prepare and the more you farm, the less frustrating the game becomes. And that's what makes it fun. You know, you don't want to sit there and just bang your head against the wall repeatedly. You know, at some point you're gonna have to change something, make a change, and do something different.
Yeah. And farming's been around for a long time. We talked about it. So I did get 2 of those drops on this run. I know I got one right here. And then, as I said, the birds that fall down the mountain. I know I got one at the bottom. Dragon's Caliber. Guy hanging out down here waiting to give me my goodies. Boom. Alright, we're going to go on to the next part of this farm. And it is going to be here. Jagged Peak. Going to be those slugs. And this is a little bit more of a rare drop. Heck, I'll use some silver just so we can do it. And when you're farming, try to have your weapons in this game so you can just dot them. You don't want to sit here and do this crap all day long. Alright. Kill these guys over here. And they're going to drop it. Oh yeah, it takes 2 hits for these guys. I forgot. They're pretty... If you sit here and have to do these guys with the sword all day, it's going to take a while. Oh, there's one right here. Oh. Sharp gravel stone. The other day, my wife was good luck for this because like she woke up and stood up, and then I got one every drop for like an hour straight, and then it didn't happen again for another 30 minutes straight. Told her to stay awake. She. Oh, there's another one. Sharp drop of stone. And also, when I did this the other time, I didn't use a silver horn tinder, so that probably makes a difference. It just does. It does increase the item drop rate, and if there's a bunch of enemies dropping stuff every time, I'm just gonna have more of a chance of getting. So that does matter.
I have yet to figure out what a breach actually does, but I'll figure it out. Monsters pop up and you kill them. I'm guessing
Smoke
that's
him
what they
out!
are. I don't think there's much more to it, other than the items you pick up.
What is it? What's the breach? Is this like skill C? Yeah, I got another one. This.
It's just like some shit pops up and it's just another way of killing monsters. Which is probably why.
Well, I was thinking like breach a gate or something like that, so I was just thinking like with the word general and then quiet too. But that might not be true either. Alright, Dragon Communion Flesh. Alright, here's what happens. It boosts Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity. You get all 4 of those boosted. That's pretty damn good. At the cost of HP loss. But when I use my Blessing of the Erd Tree, I don't lose health. I start getting health back, and I'll give you guys an example of that. I'll do it right now just to show you. I was like, that's you get all those boosts and you still getting your health healed. So whatever the health loss is, it doesn't beat the blessing that you use. So that's pretty damn good. Alright, so I'm gonna use one right now just for the shits and giggles. Show you. Alright, I'm about to start losing health, but once I use my blessing, I'll start just getting health back. Go. I'm slowly losing health. I use my get my health back just like that, guys. I got all those perks and I'm not losing anything. But that's how you stack a proper buff. As my buddy was saying in one of the other videos we were talking about earlier, he was saying he did a poison build, and what he did at least this is what I'm thinking he did. I don't know if I have any more left. I don't think I do. I don't even know where to get that item at. Nope, I got some. Raw meat dumpling. It restores HP, but also poisons the user. So, if you have the...
Smoke him out!
If you have this, the Kindred of Rot Exaltation, Poisoning or Rot in the Vicinity, increase attack power, have that equipped, use the Raw Meat Dumpling, and then immediately use a bolus, whatever the hell you call them. It will get rid of the poisoning effect, and you'll have HP regeneration and extra attack power for whatever amount of time. So that's a pretty good idea, actually. Alright, I'm going to unequip that stuff so I don't sit here and use it up. I'm going to have to farm that later. Alright, but what am I going to do? 5 minutes? Oh, I'm going to go, I tell y'all what I'll do. I'm going to go fight Radon for a couple minutes, and I'll show you that I can do the first phase almost without getting hit. I'm not saying I won't get hit at all, but I've been able to do it pretty well without getting hit. I like the blood loss. Holy. This isn't what I used because I was doing it different. I forgot. I hope I got time to do this for you.
Yeah, I'm sitting over here trying to pick out what I want to get, but there's really nothing special. And this is what frustrates the fan base. It's like you do so much work for very little in the way of rewards. For our next video, I can talk about everything I've done in maps. Kind of like a breakdown of T1, everything that I've done in Tier 1 maps. You'll find better guides out there, but
Won't be as entertaining.
it won't be as entertaining. Exactly. Some of these guys, when they make their content, you know, it's just not, you can't understand it because they are more they prioritize showing off their knowledge more than actually teaching somebody. You know, they prioritize showing off how good they are as a player versus actually trying to help somebody. But that's just how I see it. I could be wrong about that. That's how it comes across to me sometimes. It's like, you know, I don't want to know how good you are at this game. I'm trying to figure out how this is, what this is. Don't attack me in the comments section about your favorite content creator. That's just my opinion.
What's up?
Bye-bye!
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Enjoyed that last minute of Griswold taking Radon on. If you're on my channel, go to Grizzy's channel, like and subscribe. If you're on Grizzy's channel, come over to my channel, like and subscribe. We're working on getting that split screen up and running, but we're running into some technical difficulties. We're a couple of old coots, old farts. So we're not tech
I swear
savvy.
I'm better if what you just saw. I just he did the one move I still have trouble with.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.
Alright, everybody, take care of yourselves. Stay with the Lord. Jesus Christ.